Hi friends, welcome to today's video. Thank you for joining me. Today we're going to sit down and play with some new makeup. I have a couple things that I want to try. I've gotten some things from some orders that I've placed, and I'm going to kind of pull some of those things and use them today, get myself ready, and actually share with you my thoughts on these products. Some of these products are just, there's a lot of buzz. There's one product in particular that was incredibly hard for me to get my hands on because everybody keeps buying it and not leaving me one. So we'll talk about that. I also want to use a sparkly eyeshadow. I talked about Patrick Ta earlier this week, and I saved the duo eyeshadow for today's video. And I am very, very excited to put those glitter shadows on my eyes, okay? Wait until you see what those look like. And we've got a new foundation, we've got a new lip product, so let's go ahead and jump right on it. The only products that I have on my face right now besides skincare is an under eye corrector. Let me just tell you, this Tarte CC Under Eye Corrector is a total game changer. It's the one product that I can put on and it completely changes the way my eyes look and it changes my entire face. I did not sleep well last night. I went to bed pretty late. I had to get up very early for school drop-offs, and let me tell you, this is saving me right now. It's making me look like I actually slept when I didn't. This one product has really made such a difference. So I do have that on. I actually have it in the shade Light Medium Peach. So I did apply that. I did my eyebrows and of course my skincare routine. I'm going to link to everything down below. So let's go ahead and get into the actual makeup for today. I have a new foundation. I know lots of new foundations are launching. We had the Makeup by Mario. We had the Natasha Denona. This is a new foundation to me. It's been out for a little bit of time. It's still new for 2025, but it's the Benefit Porefessional foundation. This looks absolutely stunning. And every single video on social media and even here on YouTube, anyone that's ever mentioned this, their skin looks absolutely incredible. It is supposed to be a soft, natural matte finish. It's supposed to blur the skin. It's transfer proof. It's not supposed to break down. It's supposed to stay on. It literally has everything that you want it to be. Plus, it doesn't break you out. It's non-comedogenic. So blurring, smoothing, long wear, sign me up. So I ordered the shade number 7N Savvy. So let me show you the swatch of that. So that is the shade 7N, and it does look a little lighter than I expected. This is supposed to be described as a light neutral shade. Even if it's a little light, it's okay. We'll make it work. And you can see that it's slowly dripping down, so it's not an incredibly thick formula, but it's also not super thin either. And there is a little bit of a weird kind of scent to it, but I feel like that's probably going to go away after I blend this in. So no primer, we're just going straight in, and I'm going to start on this side. And we're gonna just do half, and we actually get to compare and see what this looks like. And immediately that shade is a little light. I know, you don't have to tell me. You see that? This side that we just applied, nothing. I have a couple little spots, little breakouts here. Same thing I had on this side, but the foundation obviously covered that and made it less noticeable. This is my bare skin with nothing, just the corrector under the eyes. And aside from the shade match, which, you know, it's not too bad. It's doable. We can add bronzer, contour. We can add some things to it. Excuse me. This looks so good on the skin. Wait a minute. What sorcery is in this? I saved the box. So this is what it looks like. The box, cute pink box. On the side of the box, it has some claims, and it says medium buildable coverage, natural matte finish, 24-hour long wear, all-day pore blurring, non-comedogenic, waterproof, transfer-proof, weightless, seamless. 96% said a visibly smooth texture instantly. 97% said bare skin is smoother over time. On the bottom edge of the box in the fine print, those claims are based off of 116 participants evaluation at 1 week and then again at 4 weeks. And I actually think this looks really nice. And you know what? The shade, I don't know if it's, does it seem like it's getting a little darker? Maybe not. Maybe that's just me. But yes. Immediate yes. And the packaging is really cute. A frosted glass bottle with the pink polka dots on there. And then a little divot here. I'm not sure what that's for. Are you supposed to pump this in there? Maybe. Very cute packaging. I like that. And that smell kind of went away. You get it immediately when you first put this on, but after some time it does go away, which is good to know. In case you are sensitive to a fragrance, it's not going to be lingering for a long time. But this looks So beautiful. And I'm not even done blending this in. That's insane. Let's start warming up the complexion and let's see if one of my go-to bronzers that I have been loving so much for the last several months now. It's a blurring bronzer as well. It's from Polite Society. It's the Cabana Club French Riviera is the shade that I have. I love this so much. I use it every single day when I want to do the layering method of using some cream and then layering with powders on top. I've done my concealer, which I will share with you in a moment what that is, but I want to see how some of my favorite go-to products go over this foundation and blend. Yeah. No problem. No problems here. This is just going on incredibly beautiful, and I'm using a Morphe brush. This is the M242. It's made for cream and liquid bronzers, and this brush is fantastic, by the way. Absolutely a must-have. Base layer of my bronzer has been applied and it looks incredibly beautiful. And with the bronzer, I'm going to put a powder over the top of this. The foundation shade is going to be fine, so I'm not going to return it or exchange it. I'm going to keep that as long as it actually meets up to my expectations as the day goes on. The next new product in today's lineup is a new setting powder from Dibs. I fell in love with their double-ended mascara that came out several weeks ago, earlier this summer. And it was such a stunning formula. It is quickly trying to replace and creep into a slot in my top 3 mascaras. That is how wonderful that mascara is. I love it so much. So when this appeared on the Ulta site, I ordered it immediately. It's a brand new launch. This is the Love Beam setting powder. There's a blurring and a brightening powder. I have it in the shade 111 New Beginnings. I love this compact, by the way. Look how cute that looks with the Dibs logo and a pretty kind of metallic pink shade there. And then you have the 2 shades for the powder. One is supposed to be blurring and one is supposed to be brightening, and it's a talc-free setting powder. So if you are into talc-free powders, you will love this. I like how it's embossed right now on the pan itself where it says brightening here in the corner and then here it says blurring. So I'm going to use the blurring first to set my concealer, and then we'll do a little bit of the brightening just to brighten the under eye a little bit. I'm going to go in with a powder puff. This is one from the Ulta Beauty collection, and I'm going to go into the blurring side first. Ooh, and this smells good. I kind of get a hint of like a chocolatey scent. That smells yummy. It's making me want to eat chocolate right now. I'm going to take that and let's do this one side. And let's see how blurring this is. And we'll compare to this side where we won't put anything just yet. Take a little bit of this and just kind of press and pat right over my concealer. And on the side of the nose where I did blend my concealer down into that zone. Okay, so that is the blurring side. Again, just concealer, no powders. Now let's go in with the same powder puff into the brightening side, which is a little bit lighter. So I'm going to pick up less product this time. And I'm going to concentrate this right in this innermost part here where I want the brightness, right in through here and right in this zone here. Okay. I do feel like it did something. It's not overly bright where it looks unnatural and looks kind of too fake, if you know what I mean. I feel like it definitely brightened that. It set the under eye area, and this feels so incredibly smooth. Like if you could just reach through your screen and touch my under eye area, it feels so silky and smooth. And when you put your fingers into the powder, it's so finely milled. This feels incredible for a talc-free powder. This feels soft, luxurious. I'm really liking the way this looks. It's just the right amount of brightness. There's a couple shades to choose from, and I feel like it definitely brightened without it looking too crazy, right? So again, this is the side we use the powder and then nothing. I like it. I really do. So let's do the same thing on the other eye. Let's go into that blurring side first. And then now let's go into the brightening side and just pick up a little bit of that right in here. With that corrector, then concealer, and this brightening and blurring powder, no one's gonna know that I didn't sleep 8 hours last night. Shh, don't tell anybody. It's between you and me, okay? It's a secret. And just to try this out, I'm gonna take some of that blurring powder on the same puff and just kind of set the chin above the lip, on the nose, basically the T-zone area. If I do any powders, that's the zone that I'm concerned with because I do produce oil. I have combination skin, so I wanna make sure that this is well set. However, I don't know if I need to with this foundation from Benefit, but you know, I wanna try this powder in different ways because I may want to use this Dibs powder to set the T-zone in the future, and I won't use the brightening powder for that step. If I do, it's going to be this side that has a little bit of a yellow tint to it. And just taking a moment to assess the face. We're looking pretty blurred and smooth. And I do have textured skin, and I do my best to keep it smooth and exfoliate twice a week. Are you seeing this? Like, this looks so good, and it doesn't even feel like I have anything on my face. So it's 2 thumbs up so far as of right now. I'm loving these combos of products that we've put together. Oh, let me tell you what the concealer was. I mixed two, the ABH Magic Touch in shade 3 with the Hourglass Vanish Concealer in Cotton. I bought this cotton shade, which is extremely fair, when I went to Disney Springs for my trip this past summer with the kids. We went to Disney World. This was one of the products that I bought at the Sephora there, and this is my base shade that I usually am year round. I got a lot of color this summer. Look at how white that looks. That is just so light. So this was that innermost corner there, so it gave me quite the brightness. And yeah, I feel like that powder set my face in that T-zone area and under the eyes beautifully, and it doesn't feel wet, tacky. The foundation looks great. Yeah. Okay, I'm getting excited, and I think I'm kind of getting ahead of myself. I did a couple things off camera. Nothing major. I took a little bit of my L'Oreal bronzer. This is Elite. This is my absolute favorite drugstore bronzer. Yeah, my cap is broken. I don't want to talk about it. Shade Light is what I use, lightly dusting that all over the face to set the Polite Society bronzer. And then for the eyeshadows, I just took 2 shades from the newest addition to Patrick Ta's eyeshadow range. These are the 6 pans that we talked about over in a separate video on Tuesday. The 6 pan, I use all of these shades in Tuesday's video. Today, I just use this light shade here to set my primer, and then this kind of rosy tan shade in the crease and also in the lower lashes, and that's pretty much it for eyeshadow. For the brush, it was the 212 that helped me do all of that for the eyes today. And this has been really great. I've been using it throughout the week, and I've enjoyed it. They've blended out nicely, and I like this matte setup. This is very travel friendly. You've got all the basics. There's 3 shade options to choose from. I use the light one. I may in the future buy some of the other ones, the medium and the dark, because they look incredibly beautiful. But the star of the show that we talked about on Tuesday that I was waiting for you for Friday, this right here. This is the Major Dimension Eye Illusion Eyeshadow Duo. He did a shade extension. This concept has been out for a little while. It's a newer product for his range. But these are new shades. I only bought one, treated myself to one. This is the one called In Your Dreams. I have not swatched it. Do you know how hard it has been for me to not give in to the urge to swatch this? I waited for you. I got to do it with my bestie. Like, come on, look at this. Look at this. Huh? What? Okay. Very exciting. It has a mirror, so I'm not going to blind you with that, which is great if you travel. You can use it on its side and kind of see what you're doing with your eyes, or hold it like this, whatever you want to do. Okay, you know how to use a mirror. I just can't. I look at this and I'm just immediately wanting to swipe this all over my face and body. That's weird, right? Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I chose something pretty safe that I can use with any eye look, whether I use a lot of colors, something dark, smoky, cool, warm, neutral. These shades, In Your Dreams, is gonna go well, but hello. Stop it right now. Stop it right now. So this one here is the bottom shade and has just a touch of pink to it. Do you see that? And then this one has just a little bit more of a champagne-y with a little hint of gold. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Patrick, take all my money. Do you see how that looks so incredibly beautiful, sparkly, stunning? It gives a wet look. It is sparkly and pretty with that kind of more glitter effect, because that's what these types of eyeshadows do. But they're not big pieces. They're not rough. It's not bumpy. It's not tacky and too like, ugh. It is a very sophisticated way to pull off a glitter look for anybody, any age. Like, this is just absolutely divine. It feels really soft. Oh, stop right now. Stop it right now, Patrick. I love this. This is so good. I don't know why, but glitter just makes me happy. And honestly, glitter makes everything better. It really does. It really does. I absolutely love the way this looks. And yes, there are other glitter toppers and eyeshadows that you can buy. Of course, you know, there's going to be lots of these options. A lot of high-end brands do this. I have not seen a lot of this from the drugstore. I think the closest thing from the drugstore that you can get to something like this, if you wanted something similar, is probably the Finest Fleck shadows from e.l.f. Those are pretty close. And actually, let me go through my collection. I have a drawer just for e.l.f. because I have just about everything that they've ever made. And it's overflowing. So let me dig through that and see if I can find anything that's kind of close so you can have a recommendation. But truly, I really do think that this is just really special and spectacular. Even though it's $42, you're getting 2 eyeshadows. So you break it down the cost per one shadow. It's pretty fair considering it's a high-end brand. It's not drugstore. Now, if you said $42 at the drugstore, you're like, that's insane. But at Sephora, it's really not that bad. It really isn't. I found my stash of Finest Fleck shadows. So these are the 2 lightest shades. They do have a shade extension. Stay tuned because yes, we're going to talk about those new Finest Fleck shadows in a separate video. Okay, just you wait. So these are the 2 lightest shades from e.l.f. that kind of look similar and closest to Patrick Ta. So immediately you can feel a difference, of course. Not a bad thing. I'm not saying that, no shade. It feels different. That is the Finest Fleck. You see the elevated difference just in Patrick Ta, which is his hand, and then that one shadow from e.l.f. Let's do this one. This is the White Hot. This one has the most sparkle out of these 2 shades, the one that can give you that kind of wet look. Probably the closest maybe that you're gonna get with the sparkle. Do you see that? So let me show you the difference. This is e.l.f. on this hand, and then this is Patrick Ta. So it's definitely different. You can see there's much more pearl in Patrick Ta, much more of a kind of more sparkly look to it, and it's not quite the same. Now these are great. I love these from e.l.f., but I wanted to compare that because some people may not agree with the price point or may even not want to spend that. Even if it's in your budget and you have the money, you may not want to spend that kind of money. I wanted to give you some options of what you could do. Another thing that crossed my mind were the glitter pucks from Half Magic that could give you a very similar look, but these are insane, number 1. And number 2, they feel totally different. So let's do a swatch of Half Magic. Half Magic is a little bit more intense, right? And there's a little bit more pigment to Half Magic in the formula. It feels so different. This feels so special. It's creamy, it's wet, it's so soft, but the sparkle is undeniable. So if you want glitter even more than what Patrick is giving, at least in this In Your Dreams duo, then the Half Magic glitter pucks are for you. I can't go wrong with either one of these. Like honestly, either of these 2 brands, high-end, are gonna be great. This is gonna give you a very similar look. So yes, there are some things that you can get similar, but still, there's no denying that this looks incredible, right? And I'm definitely gonna rock this again. Now we just need to tidy up the eyes with a little bit of liner and mascara, and I'll show you the full completed eye look. The eyes are now complete. Let me show you what I used. I took my Kosas eyeliner. This is a gel liner in the shade Allure. It's a nice, dark, deep, rich brown. I did a very thin line across the lashes, and then I used the Dibs Mascara that I talked about earlier. This is an incredible mascara. I bought the travel size, and I'm gonna save you the time. Just buy the full size. If you're gonna try this mascara out, it comes with a dark brown primer. If you haven't seen it, it's double-ended. So one side has the black mascara that gives you a lot of length, volume, thickness, a lot of drama to the lashes. The primer is pretty cool because it's a dark brown primer, so you don't have to be so careful with trying to cover it. Most lash primers, I was gonna say eye primers, lash primers are tinted white, so you have to pay attention and really coat it and cover it, otherwise you can still see it. This is genius, and it comes off like a tubing formula, super easy with warm soapy water or makeup remover, in the shower, at your vanity sink, taking off your makeup. It's easy. I use the brown primer on the bottom, and that's typically what I use only. On the top, fair game. We're doing all of it. The primer first, follow with 2 coats of the mascara for all of this length, drama, separation. It's so beautiful. I love that mascara. Then for blush, I also did that off camera. I use one of the Revolution Bouncy Blur blushes. This is, I'm gonna just say, one of the best products they've ever launched. They have one more product that I think is like my top 2. This and that other product is just chef's kiss. This is the Bouncy Blur blush in the shade Bouncy Berry. So it looks kind of scary, a scary berry, but it's not. And that rhymes. And look how cool that looks. It looks fresh, youthful, a little bit of color. Like I'm not really trying too hard because honestly, I'm really not. And this looks so smooth and blurring. And I honestly cannot get over the look of this foundation. I don't know. I don't know what benefits put into this, but I'm here for it. And I love how this is looking. So the final thing that is probably one of the hardest products that I have had the hardest time trying to get my hands on. This has been out of stock so much over on TikTok and also on Ulta. I had to sign up twice for notifications on the Ulta site because everyone sold it out and didn't leave me one. It's the new NYX Lip Lingerie Liner Stains, okay? I bought one shade because this is the one that everyone seems to be wanting, and it's the shade called Cuff Me, which is the one that has the most pink out of all the swatches, and it looks incredibly beautiful. I saved the box so I can show you what that looks like, so that when you go to Ulta and you see it, or if you shop online, I buy everything online. I just like shopping from the comfort of my own home with my PJs on, yes, in bed, and it arrives in a few days. So I always buy all my things online. This is the lip liner stain in the shade Cuff Me, which is described as a rose pink color, and it shows you what you can do. I'm sure you've seen this already circulating social media, but what's the cool part of this is the applicator. So in case you have not seen it, the applicator is a felt tip, but it has a ball on the end of it, which is so cool. That's the Cuff Me shade there. That looks like the prettiest, most natural kind of rose color, like my lips, but better, which is what I like. So let's go ahead and apply this and see what the fuss is all about. That was pretty easy to apply, and the felt tip is quite stiff, so it doesn't kind of flex and bend and move around, so it gives you more control, which I think is important when it comes to stains. A applicator that kind of is flimsy, you get it outside of your lip lines, it makes a mess, so you need it to be a little bit more on the stiffer side, and that is so pretty. And this is the shade Cuff Me. Look at this combo. Yes. Of course, L'Oreal does really beautifully done formulas and lip colors. This is the Glow Paradise. I believe these are called Lipstick in Balm or Balm in Lipstick, something of the sort. But this is shade number 130, Nude Heaven. Right on top of that Cuff Me stain. It is just so pretty. I love this formula. It's creamy, it's glossy, it's pigmented. Goes on like a dream. And that is my lip combo for today. And that, my friends, is the completed look for today. Tell me your thoughts. I'd love to hear your feedback on this look. These products, have you tried them yet? Have you had your eye on them? Do you love them already? Let's chat about it in the comments. I am really happy with this. Like, everything is looking so beautiful at the moment. Of course, I will keep an eye on it and kind of take some notes and leave them in the description box for you in case you want to know how this wears throughout the day. But I don't have any complaints. I like the complexion. It looks nice and smooth and blurred. The products that I have loved, the bronzer and that blush, went on so easily over the foundation. The sparkle, I'm a glitter gal. I'm in my glitter era, and I think I'm going to stay in that era, okay? Because glitter makes everything better, and that did not disappoint. It was definitely worth the investment. Worth the wait of waiting for that to arrive in the mail. It did not disappoint. And the 6-pan palette from Patrick Ta, if you have not seen Tuesday's video, I do think that these are actually worth it because the formula is really special. It blends really nicely, it looks really smooth on the lids, and it wears incredibly well all day long. No fading whatsoever. So I do like that, and I love, of course, the glitter. Just kind of takes it over the top. Thank you so much for being here and spending some of your day with me today. The description box is going to have everything listed and linked for you down below. Subscribe. We'll do this again. I post every Tuesday and every Friday. You can also follow me on social media. I have Instagram, I have TikTok, and of course, you'll see me here again next week. I hope you guys have a fabulous day. Take care, you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.